And I recently heard you talk about this with a mutual friend of ours who, for the sake of this conversation, we won't name them. But I heard you explain this. And hearing you explain this, I knew that we had to talk a bit about this on the show. So if you don't mind, I want you to go in to what sensations you feel in your body when you know. Do you know what I'm asking? You get it?
Yeah, well, okay. Everybody asks me that.
I know, but
even why it's happening, why we're filming it, why it's happening. That's a big hint, right? Without
being mindful of going into as little detail as you want to.
So, for example, it happens all the time. I mean, it's not a once in a while thing. It's like all the time. All the time.
Every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Outside, they wave at me, or if I'm, well, for example, David, my manager, first time he came to my house, we were sitting in my little den, and he was straight across. He was beside the front door, and I was near the kitchen TV table. So we're sitting there facing one another, Emily and Jack on the sofa, Yvonne's washing dishes or whatever. So Jack goes to get Mexican carryout for our,
there's a popular Mexican restaurant right down the street from our house.
So she went to get the family, her and Jack, some carryout. And as we were sitting there, David and I kind of got into a personal, one-on-one rather than everybody talking. It was just became he and I. And as he's talking to me and I'm looking at him, my mind kind of goes into a vision. It's like something from above my house is projecting a vision into my head. And when that kind of vision comes, this feeling comes, it's a mutual thing to where I feel it in my stomach here, and it comes up through my heart, through my chest, and it feels like there's this spring of something, water or something coming up through me.
Whoa.
It's rushing up to my head, and I feel this adrenaline start, and it just gets more magnified. But all that together, from the vision to the feeling, is instantly interpreted as they're here. And I looked at David. I said, "They're here, David." And so he's excited to see it. He opens the front door and looks up, and it's hovering over our house about 300 feet up.
Wow.
And I got up and I walked out the door behind him, and I looked, here comes another one, and then the three, always three. Uh-huh. Three's a big number in this. For anybody paying attention, 3. Remember that. So he pulls his cell phone out. It's got to be super close to film it with a cell phone at night. And he looked at me and he said, "My God," he said, "John Alexander told me you knew ahead of time, and I just witnessed it for myself."
People don't believe it until they see it.
Right.
I don't think people understand sometimes the magnitude of what we're saying. We're not just saying, sure, you do walk outside every night and see them in the sky. Sure, when your kids are there, we're all grown and live on our own. But when we come there, we see them with you every time. And sometimes, many times at our own homes, we see them. But I don't think people, unless it is experienced, can grasp that we will just be sitting there at night and look to the right or left and see these things in our living room or in our bedroom.
Well, just last month.
It's not just an aerial phenomenon.
No.